Fortunok, obviously, as they were discussing, stats-wise online, has been looking really good. I'm actually looking more towards Artfrost, personally, because I think he's got more experience at this kind of caliber of play. Additionally, I think he's a little bit more dynamic for me in terms of he's not more of an aggressive player, but more of like a passive kind of player.
That's fair, yeah.
I think against Heroic, where they're going to be tested a lot, especially on the CT side, Heroic love to play super, super aggro, as so many good Ancient teams do, right? Like, you're getting out on catwalk, you're pushing ramp, you're pushing mid. I think actually Artfrost is going to be a little bit better at weathering that kind of aggression, but we'll see. They're on the T side to start. So can they deal with Heroic's potential aggression? In terms of the pistol round, nothing too crazy. 2 players in red, 1 going through on Cave, and they do have a donut contingent with Nuts as well.
Here we go then. Opening pistol round. Getting themselves up for the split push out towards the A site. Kick it with a smoke for the back, block off the 2 angles, go for the run on in. As they both land on target, Donut and CT, vision restricted. The one man inside the temple takes pot shots, but no real impact from it yet. Nuts gets a bit scrappy, but he still gets the kill he wanted. So the raid boss is down. It's just the mobs left that you got to deal with all over the site. Kicker, clock in his hands. Looking to confirm that plant, taps it, sees if he can bait out any more info from the CTs. Artfrost with 1.
Oh, Kicker up close, playing with his food a little bit too much. Finally does snatch the head. But he's now left all alone. Is Alpha, but he's going to strike first. Tesses, phenomenal talent. The headshot king. But he has no idea whether Alpha's actually backed away to Temple. The bomb is spilled into the open, though. That's allowing Tesses to just hold his position. Alpha is unsure as to where Tesses currently resides, and he's hoping that Tesses pushes into him. But as long as Tesses has the bomb, there is absolutely no reason for him to move out of this one. The only thing that could be in the back of his head is, has Alpha rotated all the way around through Donut behind me into A main side? And in all of that conjunctive elements and paralysis by analysis, Tessis is going to get the drop on Alpha as he turns his back for a split second and loses his life.
Overfought it there, and unfortunately for him, obviously such a scrappy pistol round with the bomb falling in a very uncomfortable angle. It was all set up for Tessis to take it. He kept it close. It was a nice shot from Kixan's POV as well. So Heroic with a pistol round, their CT side, as Tessis wins it out in the 1v1. With no real money to work with, you're thrown straight back into the blender. Single flashbang for Alpha, set up the team for the run out. Just dreaming about a bomb plant and hoping to avoid being lit up by this MP9. Tessis forced to fall back, but it's a push from either side, and it's all freebies, even a bit of carnage that results in Artfrost shutting down Kicker. So an uncomfortable second round for PVision, but just as it's supposed to go for Heroic.
And the thing about Artfrost as well is obviously he is the primary AWPer additionally for PVision, it should be mentioned. So playing more of those sort of passive angles and waiting for the CTs to push into you, the way that Heroic play, especially with their protocols on flashbangs and pop flashes in, may be a little bit more arduous for him. He's not going to have the opportunity to use the AWP anyway, so that's a bit of a moot point for this stage of the game, but one to look out for later on. And very interestingly, Heroic call a tactical timeout straight away as soon as rifles are in play. I mean, we saw this yesterday from Fnatic as well. They used a lot of their timeouts early on and were struggling towards the end.
Yeah. And we saw how much those moments with Jamie, Keita, coach of the team there for Fnatic, bailed them out long term.
Yeah.
And obviously for Heroic, you get an opportunity to talk about this one, knowing that you're keeping the bonus alive with the MP9s. Utility's always the big ticket item on a map like Ancient for your CT side, though. If you ain't got the nades, you really don't have the defense you're looking for, and it's a full house in terms of the utility. PVision's first buy. What have you got in store for us? Smoke up early towards mid-side. They molly for the quick wrap round towards lane, so you can't fight to assist towards caves. They get a bit of map control instantly from this. So it's a nice opening gambit thus far. You've been able to get to where you want to be. Kixan replies, though, by pushing the extremities. Footsteps will be heard through the smoke. He slows it right down. Artfrost with the AK. Overwhelmed on that one, so bombs drop. Kicker forced to fight towards Jaguar.
Kind of forces as well the MP9s to start to get a little bit more active through on A main side. Shush looking for the information and allowing Dexter to rotate through CT. because they realize that TeSS and Kixan need some help. If they over-rotate, though, they do run the risk of giving up mid-control and the T still vacating the premises and going over into Donut. But PVision so far are holding fast, not making moves. Shush getting a ton of intel now, picking up the pace, getting around the back of the T's. He's going to find out that mid is also clear. Smoke also available to lock off the cave. And this is going to suck for PVision. You're at a point now with a low kicker and no flashes to get through the smoke with, where you are potentially running into a crossfire stack.
Shush looking to silence them step by step, gets closer to the moment he pulls the trigger. Easy for two. Assist from Dexter onto the third. Belchanok beheaded, and Alpha is the only one that remains. Not for long as Kixan walks on in. So the bonus round goes absolutely flawlessly. You make out with a ton of money from those SMGs and upgrade onto those free AKs as well. So CT side cash is building for Heroic alongside the scoreline.
That is such an outrageous start for the CT side. Like 4 AKs, you've got an M4 thrown in the mix. You know that PVision are back onto a save. That's why they didn't bother upgrading to the AWP on Dexter. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. You've not lost that many lives either in the last 3 rounds. Belchanok sounds like some kind of an Orc raid boss. Yeah, I'm completely alongside you. And so far, 0 kills. No real impact to speak of.
Well, Vince, the thing about all great raid bosses is that they have a wipe mechanic.
That's true. Maybe gonna hit that enrage timer. Just goes around slapping everyone upside the head with the deagle. Oh, Alpha did have a chance, and it was a fleeting opportunity. I love that TeSS has full confidence in his own ability to repeat that, but he just gets slapped down to 32 HP. Belchanok finally activates for 1, but Dexter's there to send 2 players out of the server. A lot of damage to TeSS. Not quite as clean as Heroic were hoping for, but still in a good spot.
AK landing inside of the bricks there on the ledge as well, so just inside the map geometry. Could be recovered, but you'd have to extend so far out. Obviously, unknowing about the CT angles, you might just get a bullet right between the eyes. They slow this one back down. Only the 1 nade, it's just a single smoke for Artfrost. He's going to back off towards the doors. Throws that over. TeSS is ahead of it. Comes out with the AK. Likelihood of finding anything else, not going to go their way. So a 4th round. Limited casualties there for Heroic, but obviously with the amount of money you started to build up early, it's not going to be that bad for you. You can instantly reinvest. It means that Dexter comes out on the AWP. And that's where he hits heavy, mate. That's where you feel those victory slaps from Dexter when he's on the AWP.
So I said earlier about TeSS being the headshot king. To put it in perspective, by the way, over the last 3 months, 61.6% headshot.
Sheesh.
That is an incredibly high mark. Very few players get over 55 to 60. And normally, to be fair, they're players that don't get as many kills. So TeSS is a real monster when it comes to that mechanical one-taps straight to the dome with the AK. In this round, it's the A4. And bypassing through the smoke, Kicker actually manages to get out of there. It's like Homer Simpson, that gif, where he just gets absorbed by the bush. Yeah, he's out.
Is this a round that will have us saying, oh, homie? Or will it be the homies going down for PVision, walking out onto the bomb site? Bomb's going to be wrapping around on the back of Kicker. Artfrost assisting. Pre-scoped up just in case anyone's pushed out mid-side and quartering that off. Heavily gravitating onto the B bomb site. It is only TeSS. Obviously, we were talking a big game about his impact, how lethal he can be. And we might see that level. Peeking out into Patsy. It's the uppercut, headshot, smoke down. You've got control of the site now. They can run on in, feeling comfortable to plant in that bomb as soon as they clear out A main. With 40 seconds on the clock. And Heroic, with 3 players situated on the other side of things, holding on to the weapons might be the call you want to go for here. You could give up 1 round over to PVision. It'd be risky on the response with the retake. Not worth damaging their own setup and their own cash off the chance of a round.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they got tons of cash when you look at Kixan at 8,000, obviously Shush around 8,000 as well, but you're playing for the bigger picture here. CT side economy is so fickle. Hold on to that AK in Nerds. And you've already got a nice little buffer of rounds. There's no reason to get greedy. PVision, though, they're going to get some success. Off the back of 2 quickfire entries, Belchanok alive again in this one alongside Patsy. Of course, Patsy previously of the likes of Liquid and Spirit. Only 21 years of age, very bright future ahead of him, and he's already been in some serious teams. Solid prospect.
Yeah, and that's where the experience lies in terms of the majors specifically, right? You know, we were kind of having that little joke about where's Kickert gone. That's because he had 6 major appearances over his career, but the last one was Rio in 2022. Obviously, that was with Outsiders, the event that you took the trophy home with. And then it's Patsy. I think the best placing there was like quarterfinals with Spirit. That was Rio as well. And it's a unique team over on the side of things for Heroic, because everyone that's had a major appearance on this roster, it's all been post-COVID, every single one of them. For Dexter as well goes deeper than that, like 4 major appearances, but you missed Copenhagen, previous 4, of course, all post-COVID there for him. Very different landscape. They're always sort of, you know, the up-and-coming players, each and every one of them. Now you put together here in this environment. Feels like a team you want to get behind. We'll see what they can do in this round. So far, Vince, it's really clean. Belchanok's the only one that bites back. He's down and out, but Patsy with 2 clean kills, even whilst blind. Is there a round on our hands here? Molly out, Patsy coming alive, showing us what we can do.
Oh, Dexter now in a bit of an awkward spot. He's not sure if he's in it wide swung. They haven't gone for the plant just yet. Going to start to get put down now in a few moments from Art Frost. Molly tossed in. Going to try and soften him up for the AWP shot. But Art Frost doesn't go in peeking. Instead, he just backs off. He's going to let Patsy take most of the initial contact here. You would assume peeking into Dexter. It's going to be a pretty grim prospect. And Dexter, he's hoping and praying, please give me a scrap, give me something to play off. But at this point, the round is pretty much a done deal, and Patsy is wrapping around the back. He's cutting off his retreat. There's no way for Dexter to survive this one, it feels like. If he pushes forward, he's dead, and if he backs away, he's dead. He's been tagged down. The bomb itself will finish him off now, if nothing else, and PVision makes sure there are no survivors for the next round.
So Heroic made it look like it was going all their way. And a great lead coming into the round. The hold looked good, and then Patsy afforded some absolute luxuries. Goes on for 2 clean kills. The third as well through the flashbang, and finally Arfrost will close it. He's got his signature snapback on, and he was hitting some right snaps with the AWP. Heroic, maybe we were going to see some aggression here towards mid early. Felt like Nerds was revving up for it. It's been the same default nade set from PVision, making it uncomfortable for them to be able to assist on the fight towards lane side. Bomb was left in spawn. Patsy will pick that one back up. A lot of space taken from Belchanok as well. He's clearing out inside of A main.
Yeah, picking up the pace as well, it would seem. They're going to not really fully respect this smoke, it feels like, especially once it fades. And Shush, slightly out of position, is going to get the chance to get back onto Xbox. Just playing off the extremity of tempo. He's going to be good for the 1 kill. There's Nuts. The guillotine comes down, but Art Frost will not miss. Stuck behind the Molotov, doesn't fully spread, but there is 3 players now coming in quickly from Heroic, one of which is Dexter with the AWP. They have donut control still with Nuts. The smoke in their eyes is going to stop them from denying the push coming through. In fact, actually, PVision is still stuck in A main. I thought they'd fully spread out to the bomb site. They may have missed their chance now.
Second Incendiaries absolutely own them. They back off because of it. And like you say, they are trapped. That's what it feels like here. And the walls are closing in. It's got to be a really claustrophobic round. And it gives so much more time for Heroic to like push back out, clear towards mid side. They do stick themselves back in position towards a double 2-player setup inside a donut. Contestus on the site. Molly might force him into a peek. He sprays as he tries to run back, but it's all about the timing. 17 seconds here. Dexter, as long as he hits the shot, he should be dead and gone. And Kickert's all that remains. 1v2. That timer lurking above his head. If he goes down after time, it's going to be such a disgusting round to have to contend with.
Counter-terrorists win.
They don't want to throw away their weapons. They go for the run out, hoping there'll be a quick response back from the orb, but call it quits. You missed the window. He will get the one gun, but that's it, Vince. That's all you have.
I'm a little bit surprised that they ran out like that with Nerds. I mean, I know he was trying to trade up weapons and pick up some grenades and a kit on the floor, but that has hurt their economy that little bit more. However, it was worth the risk because PVision can't come back in with a buy of their own that's going to be at any kind of magnitude. They got a Galil, they still got an open play for Artfrost, but the rest of the team is going to be struggling. So Heroic 5-2 in the lead. You know, we were talking about the experience, maybe surprising amount of experience that this PVision squad has. Well, Kicker is the main man in terms of that regard. Obviously, previously at VP, it was a bit of a hellacious time of it that he spent at VP, into the Breach beforehand, then VP again, then a Vanguard. It's been around for a long time. He's had a pretty good start to this map too. We've already seen one upset today with VP being bested.
Yeah, an overtime win there over on the B stream. Hell of an upset. Feels like VP, they've always got some sort of curse looming over them at RMRs. Some weird storylines with that organization over the years of how things have gone in their runnings to make it to the majors, mate.
Yep. And Kicker was a part of that in varying degrees in the past.
Yeah, fair
He
play.
was front and center, first row tickets.
They've seen it all. Oh, and Tessus. He won't be seen, but he will be felt. The MP9 stabbing in the back, and they go running on out. It's Shush this time around, looking to defend. He has the nade set to buy himself so much time. Peek's good for one, but Belchinov with a Galil. Clack straight back. Nerds is here. He can tuck back into the donut. At this point, you've done a ton of damage. You outnumber them. They can play for the trades. They don't have to force the issue anywhere near as much. Kicksan's got that rotate. So if you go walking out through Temple side, you'll be a dead man. They've got to operate together on this one.
Low HP as well, just means that Belchinok has to stand a little bit further away and inviting that pressure in doing so. Tessus will oblige with his A4. Artfrost's prospects pretty limited on this one as well. Hoping that someone peeks off the side of that box. It's where Tessus plays. That shot was not far off the top of the head. I think now the shot is missed. He has to back out and just save. Heroic will be good for a 6-2, and PVision, they can come back into this next round, especially if the AWP is saved. But it feels like they've had a couple of chances. They've not fully snatched just yet. Heroic, they've been a little bit shaky, if we're being honest. Like they've definitely had a couple of rounds where it felt like PVision had the upper hand.
Vince, it's a cold day at the gallery. Artfrost.
Do you come up with these on the fly? Or
Yeah,
you...
dude.
Oh, okay.
No, I spent 4 hours on that one last night.
What was the other one you said about ice wrinkle?
Oh, yeah, it's getting near Christmas time.
Yeah.
Ice wrinkle.
Bro.
Well, 6-2. They're right looking good on the CT side right now of Ancient. If it carries on like this, this game very well could be Ancient history as PVision struggling to get it going. Had a couple of chances. There's been some near misses on the rounds. Obviously, Patsy gave them all the stock in their one big pickup. That was the play out towards the B site where he went huge. And this has been the Molly time and time again to deny this exact play. This time it's a little bit shallow. Nerds gets on top of it, but they might not expect him to be so close here.
And there's so much damage as well onto the catwalk plays. Like, they're all softened up. Belchinok, Patsy, Kicker, all taking shrapnel. Actual fact, 2 of those were on middle, not on catwalk. They tried to get aggressive up on mid, they got punished. The result was the same though, with Nerds just playing aggressive. They're stuck behind another smoke, and this is kind of what we were discussing. The fact that Heroic, they're so good at being proactive on their CT side. Really just stalling the Ts and making them clump up on catwalk and just have to wait it out. Imposing their will on the opposition. And that's exactly what round 9 is looking like. They're going to be moving in, but limping in towards Cave in the form of Alpha. Incendiary, perfectly timed, just keeps him away for a little bit longer. Nerds is alone for the time being. Flashbang is good. The Molotov, the wrong side, but surely they'll clear out this angle. In fact, Nerds decides to pick up the pace. The kicker there. to deal with him. And with 38 seconds left, PVision need to start making moves forward. Make the most of that pick.
They got to go soon. Again, they've one of these rounds where it feels like they're stalling themselves out. They're given an opportunity. Kicksan on the run out towards ramp. Patsy again. The can opener to take the top off and give them a pathway in towards the bomb site. And Belcher knock bests his Tessus. So he's down and out. Shush and Dexter looking into the site, but knows he just wants to back out. He's able to jump across, so the AWP doesn't connect from Patsy. So they will get both of these guns over the mark. But PVision find themselves a third. It looked like a really rough start for them as well, especially with Nerds being able to afford himself so much space on the jump up to fight lane early. Even Tessus' angle, I was expecting him to be able to win out on that one, get another pick, make it look a little bit better for them. But fair play, you know, they run out into the scope of Patsy. Again, they get into the site. They'll take a third round here on the T side, 6-3.
Yeah, impressed with the recovery. I mean, the first like 15, 20 seconds of that round, it was Heroic just bludgeoning PVision with a hail of shrapnel and Molotovs and a couple bullets down the middle. They had great forward positions. I think the problem came in when Tessus decided to back away into cave and leave Nerds alone. Molotov came in, they isolated him. Nerds tried to take the fight, tried to peek in to players and see if he could maybe make something happen, but after that point, it was pretty much a done deal. The free pick on the cross as well, I think it was Patsy got that one, was because they'd lost cave control. And they're trying to make the most of that and plug in the gaps in the vulnerabilities. So good to see the PVision, though. They're hanging in there. Again, it's a very good map for Heroic, one that you'd expect them to win pretty convincingly, but right now they're being forced to work for this win. They're not being given anything away for free. Their money's a little bit grim now. MP9 in play. Not sure what Tessus if someone's dropped a weapon. No, he's also going to be on the SMG.
Yeah, PVision in the server, but no paper for Heroic on a few key players. To see how they switch it up with the lesser investment. Deeper molly this time. Blocks off that run out again. They double up round towards Donut. Obviously, we've seen PVision testing the waters on these A-site hits a fair few times, and with no info towards B off the back of it early, they're posturing a lot of players to support. You've got Red Room covered by Tessus. And the wrap in from Dexter's AWP. Shush with a howl, looking to blow them to bits on the run in. Nerds close towards the smoke, it's blown open. Awkward angle. Snapshot from Kicker, backline. That's Shush removed. Peeking around the edges and winning out on these duels. Can't quite find the lineup onto the bomb planter either, and now the game's given away. You know where he is, but they're both blind. Eventually, Vision comes back, and Nerds is domed, but Tessus close towards Temple.
Yeah, I don't think he's got too much more impact in this round, though. And they're going to try and close off the retreat. Additionally, in comes Patsy. First kill to his hands, and Belcher up with the second. And PVision up to 4 now. And yeah, it was a little bit disjointed again. I mean, you had Nerds just basically trying to thwart the plant coming in. Didn't happen. Isolating Shush on the site as well. It seems that PVision have now dialed in and they're like, listen guys, this A site is a little bit weakened. We can make the most of this. A lot of success over here with post plants and these clutches towards the end. Full eco coming in for Heroic. They got a P250 and nothing else. They're going to clump together and try and make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah, can't play this like a rifle round. You've got to do something a little bit more ingenuitive here. So group up, gamble stack, obviously 50-50. If they go towards the B site, you might have been able to swing onto them. Instead, the pain train is pulling out of the station and looking for the full wrap around the back. Alpha, been quite quiet into this game. On the ecos here, he'll be hearing a ton of noise. You can see him looking towards the wall now, getting the clearer audio for the comm across to his teammates. So Patsy could be in for a boatload of pickups. Awkward angle fighting through the ferns, and Tessus hits the head onto one. Alpha with the backstab, trying to close it down. Don't let him get a gun and take any more weapons. So they find it in the end. Only one round away from tying this up now. So PVision, I mean, if they go 6-6, coming in at the second half, Vince, could be a whole different ballpark.
100%. I mean, I'd even make the argument at 7-5 already is compared to where it was looking like it was headed. It was what, like 6-2 at one stage? Yeah, 6-2. So if you're PVision, you're feeling pretty damn good about how things are going. I will just put a little bit of a dampener on this, though. Heroic have a much higher win percentage on their T half than their CT side on Ancient. 57.7 on T rounds compared to 50.4 on CT. So the best is yet to come, at least from their perspective. And PVision have a 48% win rate on their CT half. However, plenty time between then and now, and Shush is going to try and lay down the hammer on Donut. Just the one kill, but does soften up Belchanok, who had a slow start, but 11 frags right now. He gets the better of Dexter on the wide swing, repels him away, and opens up business for the A site one more time for PVision. I think Nurse has been spotted. Oh, but Belchanok misses out this time.
No, it's always quick on the draw, but Art Frost is faster. Snipe straight back. Can't save this one. Gotta give it your all. Tessus in the 1 versus 3 with time nipping at his heels. Kit in the back pocket. Art Frost looking for the jump spot. He's caught vision. Holds the aggressive angle. You come running out, you better wide swing it and hope he misses. There's the dink. But it won't matter. Affording nothing off the back of it. Little smirk for Art Frost there. Smiling off the back of that one. And fair play. Some nice shots and a far better half. That's the grand scheme of things here. They actually keep it way more close than it looked like it was going to be. Felt like Patsy kind of instigated this game for them with that play out onto the B-bomb side. The free K he found.
Yeah, that felt like the catalyst, right?
Yeah.
Where everything kind of followed after that point. Momentum shifted quite a bit. And let's be honest, RMRs lend itself very much to nervy first game performances. You see this historically. In fact, I think Vitality just picked up their first ever 3-0 in an RMR in the previous EU. So it goes to show that even the best teams are sometimes shaky, especially in their first and second matchups. Heroic certainly wouldn't be the first to be in a bit of a sweaty encounter here in their very first game. But you got to give credit to PVision. They looked dead and buried at 6-2. Nothing was really working out. The star players weren't hitting the mark. Art Frost was slow. Belchanok was doing very little. But everything has switched around. However, as I mentioned, this is typically where Heroic are at their sharpest. One of the best T sides on Ancient in the world. And we'll see if they live up to that promise right now as we're about to kick things off in the second half.
Red room smoke thrown out early from spawn for Shush. Lands on target, restrict the vision for Art Frost. They can peek out, take a bit of space. Rest of the utility is on Kicksan. That's going to be the smoke 2 flashes with Tessus with a late round Molotov. So they could set themselves up for the B side play here, even have that molly in as a late round sort of guarantee. Oh, Kicker almost baited in, but Patsy, are they ready for him? He's got the watermelons ready to roll, but he's got to deal some damage on the walk-up. Oh, it's all getting a bit messy. Nurse takes down Dexter. It affords Kick Up the fast wrap back in. Assaults him towards Cave. Egg on their face for Heroic.
Yeah, team kill thrown in the mix as well. It was just so chaotic, and now Tessus has to go back to landing those headshots. The executioner himself, the Kicker. He has a stay of execution. Dials it back, forces Kicksan to go and retrieve the bomb, which he should be able to get. The problem is, though, the Kicker is in close proximity, and Kicksan heard those footsteps. I thought he was on a bait towards going through middle, but he's actually making moves into cave instead. A player that now and again can deliver some big performances, but spotted out, and with a player in the Belchanok on the cross with a USP. A weakened Kicksan never really stood a chance. So PVision dial it in first on their CT side. A complete catastrophe, honestly, if you're Heroic on that cave push into 2 Julies. A team kill thrown in the mix. What a nightmare that is.
You see how uncomfortable it was. Like, at that point as well, all the comms get so messy because everyone's trying to focus on that one angle that you're not really mentally ready for the peek round the back. And that's where Kicker was able to find his impact on the swing. Had all the nades, had the setup in mind for the late B hit. But it doesn't work. This time they go quicker with the tempo. Run straight in, put the Tech 9s to good advantage. Alpha trapped into the corner. Dexter can just hold inside of the smoke. Patsy shoots through. They're looking for the bomb plant, trying to set themselves up on the post. Patsy finding these for free, but Nerds with a tech on deck, he can still be beastly, and it's Tessus that punishes, showing us he's got the moves here. 2v2 now, shouldn't have been this close.
He's got the M4 as well. A significant upgrade on both of these Star Riflers, and a spray from Tessus on point. HG up and over, but Art Frost on low HP has been dealt with by Nuts. Heroic bounce straight back. Breaking P-Vision. Economy in tatters. And their T-side now fully off the mark. But yeah, it's these Tech 9s, man. Once they clumped up the CTs together in this awkward spot on back of long, it felt like there was only one way this round was going.
Nice call. And it was, you know, caught them off guard, but the tempo, it's a smart heads-up play with the cash flow they had available going into that one. Read it well. There was no nades towards the ramp. Nothing to slow them down. So they got straight into the bomb site, took all the space, and you never want to be up against those Tech 9s when they get close angles like that.
Exactly, that's it. That's where they are at their absolute most terrifying, especially when you have 3 or 4 players clumped together. I mean, we saw previously in the pistol round what happens. You end up getting team kills, team damage thrown in the mix. It's a disaster. So you really want to funnel them in and basically box them into an angle if you're heroic. And there was a couple of perfectly placed pop flashes that forced away the CTs. Like, they wanted to extend, they wanted to spread their wings, but they just kept getting clipped over and over again. That's where heroic is so damn good on this T-half, man. The utility is on point.
They've bruised them as well, because where you've gone for that this time around, they're expecting maybe they'll go for it again, knowing that you're on the low buy. So it's the instant smoke down towards the doors from spawn. You go for the gamble stack on the bomb site. Obviously, heroic, nowhere to be seen. And if you do go running down, realizing, oh, no one's here, Tessus should make a ton of bank.
Molly down onto the platform. Thing is, though, that no one from Heroic was really up close to punish that, but I think Shush was close enough to hear if there was a couple of ticks of damage. Oh, they're actually moving into this stack. Tessus taking point. They're going to slowly rummage their way down into the ramp side right now. Tessus, oh, he could be in for a hatful of kills, but instead backs off into a more favorable angle, and more importantly, into an angle where his teammates can also deliver. Well played. If he peeks ramp, a lot of players would get like greed dollar signs in their eyes. They'd wide swing and die, but Tessus is way more chill than that.
Now, you're not playing for the round, you're playing for the game.
Exactly.
Good to see. You can see the ideology behind the setup there for P-Vision in the round. Almost looked like it, you know, could have had some room for shenanigans, but not in the end. So buy straight back in. It's always uncomfortable, right? You win that CT pistol, the instant reset. It's one of the grimmest situations to be in on your CT side with the instant damage it does to you. They do get the AWP out for Art Frost. And Belchinok back at the B-bomb site. He was starting to find more and more impact the longer the half went on. Currently top fragger for the server for P-Vision. 14 kills. Other side of things, it's Tessus with 16. Oh, he's taking the engagement.
Oh dear. It's brutal in so many different facets, right? Like, so early in the round, your star player is dead, you have lack of utility, your firepower is rough as well. Like, the worst thing that can happen is that you just lose a player for free like that. And minimal damage to Shush in the process, like he lost 23. Oof. P-Vision now in all kinds of problems. Now, they have stacked on the B side with 3 players. So although it was a grim start, there is still a shining light they can move towards. Molotov's in, Flash is going to be preceding it as well. Smoke already put into play, and Tessus not respecting this, gets out to the open and takes the head of Alpha. They have bypassed the player in Smoke. That was Kicker, but now he's found and not brooded, deleted out of the round itself, and Heroic. Oh, they're going to take the 9th round. The question now is whether P-Vision can save these 2 weapons or not.
Oh, Frost is dead. Oh, okay. Survives that one. I thought you were going to miss the shot on the bait out from the jump and then just get overwhelmed with the Mach 10 there. And obviously for him, it's very important you do hold on to this. And again, Heroic in this round, like super clean. Even the setup of the utility forced them out of their angles, made it very uncomfortable. Kicker inside of the smoke just could find no impact. And Art Frost, dead man walking. Both guns squeezed out of their hands, like 2.5k being the average across the whole team.
And the AWP trade straight into Dexter's arms as well. Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it, Jack. You said it's like kind of the worst possible start for CTs. You win the pistol, then you immediately get broken. And then the bonus is allowed to continue for quite some time on Heroic. I mean, their money is flourishing on most of their team right now. They have an AWP in play. This is a formality of a round, barring something ridiculous. Belchanok does have the D, going to be stacking together as 5 on the site, but the grenade's missing out. And Heroic can just take their time and just pick off the stragglers.
You can see what they're trying to achieve again, right? Because obviously, like, Heroic are just going for these consistent late round hits towards the B site, and then there's been the tempo plays as well, where they go in fast up ramp. So you're hoping, like, free stack of nades, maybe they're going for it again, slows them down, does a ton of damage. Instead, they held further back onto this one. So you're basically bone dry, boost up. It baits out the shot. You can't hold on the angle. The AWP's going to beat you on that one if he goes back in. It's 2 misses from Dexter, letting them get close, but your teammates should be able to cover on this. So Shush finds that one. They go back up on the totem pole. It makes it awkward for the AWP to hit the head, but the rifles are going to be able to find these for free. Tag with the Deagle, but how'd you even really convert it?
So one player that can maybe make this a bit messy is Patsy, but he's only got a USP. He heard all those players funnel away, though, and his forward angle on Cave, so it's allowed them for a fast rotation to try and get round into Red Room. But Heroic have already bypassed all of this. Bob getting planted down, and Nert's looking to try and feast himself on a few more kills. Pad those stats just that little bit more, already up to 14. SS, bit of an awkward spray, but still hits the head, and Heroic hit 10 first. Also, even though Dexter didn't actually get any kills and have much impact, I love how intelligently he played that. When he took the shot on the peak, knowing they had upgraded pistols on an eco, he didn't re-peek. He sat on box, allowed his teammate to just watch the angle, because he fully anticipated he was getting pushed, and he did. Yeah. It was the 5-7 player. If he goes out and swings again, he will die there, for sure. So I like that he had the wherewithal and sort of the clarity and chaos to just back away and play to his team's strengths.
No, exactly. It was a good sort of two-piece setup from them there, so you're not putting yourself into a disadvantage up against the pistols in that lethal range with the 5-7. Set up with the instant smokes from Sport. Line it up and run on into the site. Those plume instantly, so going to block off towards Donut, Red Room, and try and make it uncomfortable for the mid-rotate. Artfrost at least hit one on the run-out, so playing for the retake does give them a little bit of edge on this one. Bomb's now planted. Oh, Alpha. So much damage done on the spam, but Shush just shoots one straight back through, and that hits the head, so Alpha's gone. 4v4.
That's the problem, too. I don't think he realizes that he did that much damage to Shush, but PWE in that kind of stage of the game right now where rounds are just so valuable that they may feel like they have to go for this. Problem is that Dexter has landed the shot already. A weakened Patsy is sent sprawling out. And Kicksan holds his position. He's also going to deny the save, more than likely. Smoke down, Artfrost trying to use it to retrieve himself. The AWP to the next round, but HG tossed in for good measure. Damage being inflicted, but Kikut's able to bodyguard his AWP. Bomb goes off. Looks like they've done enough to actually hold on to these two weapons. Nice little encounter at the end, but it still doesn't stop the fact that Heroic have a commanding 11-7 lead.
And that's the problem. You just can't stop the rot, right? These rounds that are being racked up now at such an important point in the game. One away from match point. Again on the run out there, like Artfrost hits the shot. 5 versus 4, but spam straight back through the smoke. It gets uncomfortable for Alpha. It feels like he's had such a rough game as well. Very limited impact for him over the course of this one. Only 3 kills. Aggression towards mid. Jump down into the cubby. Patsy. Felt like his days were numbered, but he's good for one. Kicks out with 5 health over the top of the smoke. Takes down Belchanok. And they're splitting the attention onto both sides of the map here. It was 2 players walking up. Kicker. He's good to repel the first, but baited out by the Molotov. Dexter, some uncomfortable misses. Trapped in the angle and low on health. He's finished. 4 versus 2. You cannot afford to lose this one, PWE.
Uncomfortable misses is going to cost him his life, and more than likely, Heroic the round. It kicks out on 5 HP. How do you possibly get into this round? You're really banking off Shush having impact here from Cave. There is time, they have control over the bomb, but this next kill needs to be clean. And now Shush's position compromised. Kicks out using that smoke to get up close. Once he comes out of the smoke, though, Kicker, the alcove in the cubby is going to punish him. And Shush has a good read of Patsy's position, but he's just overwhelmed and swamped by CTs all around him. Outnumbered, outgunned. PVision pick up an 8th. But yeah, you go back to those Dexter misses. You think, if he got that first kill clean, that is their way forward through on ramp side, and things start to get interesting at that point.
No, 100%. 100%. I mean, for Heroic, like, it's a rough round to lose. You still have money, you still have an opportunity, you've still got timeouts, and you are leading by a large margin. But obviously, it's getting finer and finer the longer this goes on. So it can still be scary. You know, we were all sort of saying, yeah, like, Heroic should win this one, but it could be a close matchup, sort of, you know, 13-10, 13-9. Well, that's round about where we're reaching. Critical mass. Saw can rally the troops. Speaks with the Heroic squad here. He's dodging that cable. He's got some good footwork.
I was looking at that too. I was like, no.
I thought he was going to trip, honestly. That's why I was like, oh, hang on.
We're going to have a tech issue because he's going to face plant and rip the cable out or something. No, he's...
Oh, no. He's seesawed.
Good footwork, though, man. Appreciate that. So here we go again, back into the fray between these two teams, both of which have a full assortment of weaponry. Nades tossed out on mid. Control being fiercely fought over. And PVision get the better of it for the time being. I say that as Nerds gets naded into activation. And deleting Patty, removing some of that mid presence, but Belchanov tries his best to hold on. Goes down Alpha. Has had a real rough map, 3-16. Finds himself on the receiving end of Kixan's AK. And although 2 players are low, Heroic have a great opportunity to extend their lead even further. And Kixan somehow survives, even though he was the weakened player in that trade. Frost is totally out of position. It's a tough choice as well. Like, does he want to go for this? Does he hold on to the AWP for the next round?
Oh, Kixan's here. You've seen the leg. The swing out. Oh, the missed shot. Man, 2 uncomfortable fights on that one. Like, even you're thinking sort of like Kicker in the fight towards Cave. Played it perfectly. Baits out the shot by firing a single bullet. So he replies back expecting the run out. You now know about his angle. Just couldn't get the crosshair in the right location. The adjustment wasn't there for him. Ooh. If they had a way back in, that window of opportunity starting to come down on them. Is their last timeout going to be called in here?
I just have to assume at this point that like Kixan is Magneto or something, because every bullet that was going in his direction just got ricocheted into the Netherrealm. Like, I don't know how he survived 2 different engagements on 46 HP. When the AWP shot missed him, this spray here as well. This was a labored one, but Kicker didn't even hit him.
Had the drop on him, just couldn't do it. Thought you played it right, man. I was expecting a trade back there, a little bit more to be said in the round. Obviously, Frost, we've seen some impact with the AWP, but converting those rounds, actually turning it into a W hasn't been there for him, and now you don't have the money for it. They've got to switch up the plays. It's the exact same opener. They blow the smoke open with Nerds in position. He hits the shot again.
It's a slightly different angle. It was up on the plat this time, but it's the same result. Absolutely. Like, HE in the peak. Works a charm. Patsy can't do anything now but look on and hope and pray that his teammates can keep him in the game to go again in the next one, but 2 smokes, no incendiaries, no kits either. Flashbang up and over, but no one's there to peek behind it. Kicker now getting close. Smoke has been put down. There's still so much time on the clock, though. The flash is going to precede this peak and actually hits the T's as well, but strength in numbers and Shush lays down with 2 AK frags. Could be the last play of this map. As Frost in a 1-on-4, picked off in the back by Nerds, and Heroic get it done.
So there you go, a good show from PVision, but in the end, Heroic able to overcome the first obstacle in fine style, although it's fine overselling it, Maui. You predicted the score.
I mean, this went exactly